Okay, so like I was saying before, I think this is an awesome topic someone had brought up, and I kind of squished two questions that were brought up or topics that were brought up into one just because I felt like they kind of go together, and I wanted to keep it that way. Instead of doing two calls, I could keep it into one. So it's really talking about how to create momentum and maintain the momentum in your market, but that's also going to talk about cold market and how to kind of branch out as you're even still in your warm market. It's good to build them at the same time, so that way it's an easy transition. So once you feel like your warm market start to dry up, it really isn't, because you've already started with your cold market and they've become your warm market. And so it feels like a steady flow of people that you're always engaging with and always having new eyes on your page. So I don't believe you really run out of your warm market if you do these simple tips that I'm going to give you. But it does take a while to kind of run out, of who you know, friends and family. So start there first. But it's not a bad idea to really start thinking ahead so that you don't have to feel like, now I'm stuck and I don't have anybody to talk to. I never want you to get to that point. So this is a great topic to go with. So first we're going to talk about where to start. You're like, okay, great, I want to reach my cold market, or maybe I want to reach some new eyes and new people, and you're like, I have no idea how to go about that. Well, there's obviously more ways than this, but I kind of wanted to give you my top ways of doing it, what's really worked for me, and so I want to pass that on to you. First and foremost, it's sticking with Facebook, because Facebook has been one of my top avenues for reaching people, and so that's what I use the most. Some people like other things better, and that's fine. This is just what I love and what seems to work, especially for new coaches, especially if you're on Facebook already. It's kind of easy to work with and learn the different parts of Facebook instead of going to another social media outlet right away. So first you want to think about, who do you want to work with? And that's where that customer avatar comes in. If you haven't heard of it, just ask me and I'll tag you in it, or I'll bump it up in our Team Dynasty by Design group. But it's a really good way to figure out who you want to talk to. Because if you don't know who you want to talk to, and you're just kind of posting to post and you're posting to the masses, one, you're not reaching that special person that you want to be a part of your business, or that you want to help, that you would really connect with. And two, it's not as fun. It's not as fun to just talk to everybody, and you're not really going to connect with people on your page by talking to everyone. So it's good to know, like, who do I actually want to talk to? Who do I want to work with? Narrowing it down, because then your posts become more fun. They get better. They feel easier to write because you know exactly who you're targeting, and it makes it feel like you're talking to that person instead of just coming up with a post. And after you do that, then you figure out, okay, so where would they hang out? If I like a person who loves organic food and organic living, they're probably going to be at farmers markets, right? They're probably going to be hanging out, at places like that. So I'm going to maybe find groups that are local farmers markets, or community supported agriculture groups, or anything with local farms, the Food Matters documentary, getting in on that page and linking up with people that way. And then also thinking about what your interests are. And that kind of ties into everything that goes into your customer avatar, because you kind of ask those questions. You ask, where do you hang out? You ask what your interests are, and you ask maybe what that person would like and do and love. So that kind of helps you figure out what groups you want to go into. And it could be something as easy as like a cat group, the breed of dog that you have, the type of food you like to eat. Maybe you have a food allergy. I mean, seriously, it's anything. It's on Facebook. I'm even in one group where it's like veterans that are now military spouses. There's a group for that. There's a mom group for the area that we live in. So I'll go into detail about how you can use these groups, but those are just ways that you could think about it. Don't think you have to be broad. It can be something even narrow. Getting into those groups is huge because it helps you get, your name, yourself out there, and you meet new people that way. Then also we have, getting into a second social media outlet. A lot of top coaches, and I also recommend that, don't pick too many outlets. Pick two that you want to focus on, that you want to become really great at, and go with that, because you don't want to do too many things and spread too thin and then not really be good at any of those things. You want to pick two that you can really focus on. I picked Instagram. If you're great at taking those like Instagram looking pictures, then you want to do that because you kind of can keep it simple. You don't have to have write out a drawn out post like on Facebook. Kind of post a picture, then you post a short thing, and then hashtag the heck out of it. And that's how people find you and follow you and learn more about you, and you build your market that way. Then there is Periscope, which is a new thing. Video is huge, guys. It's the next thing that is going to, really take over social media. And if you scroll on your Facebook, even on your cell phone or whatever, all you see are clips of videos. I mean, people sharing videos non-stop and the most random things. So you know that video is just becoming bigger and bigger because people don't have time to like read out a drawn out post. Like, let's just do video. Well, Periscope is like that, but it's live. So you aren't recording and then leaving it for people to hopefully watch. They can hop on right away with you and watch you live doing whatever it is you want to do. And it can be anything that you want. So it doesn't have to be, something specifically to fitness. It could be you cooking dinner. It could be you going shopping. It can be whatever you want. If you can go on Sean T and follow him, he's doing all random things. He does workouts. He's like, come hang out with me while I put this bed together that I just got. It's anything. Google Plus, which is obviously it's part of Google and it's their kind of Facebook of Google. I kind of dived into it a little bit. It's great if you have a blogger, then you can link it up to Google Plus. And it's really cool how they do the groups there because you're able to really target your posts on your blog to specific people. So people that maybe are looking for recipes, people that are into fitness. So I like using that to get my blog out there. Then there's Twitter. I'm not huge into Twitter, but if you like Twitter, you can run with that and you can use it because it's also a great, great, great avenue for reaching people. And it's one of those quick things, I said people don't really have time to like go through Twitter. They're like in and out. And so if you have something that you want to share, it's not a bad place to go for that. Pinterest, it is so wonderful if you have a blog. And even if you don't, you can post a picture to Pinterest and link it to your Facebook page so that when people like it and they want to see more, maybe it's a recipe that you posted or just even a picture of the food you made, you can link it back to that Facebook post. If you want to learn how to do that, I can do a quick tutorial. Just tag me in a post and say, can you do that? And I will. And I'll actually write it down to make sure. But I do it, but it's super simple to do, and it's able to, bring people back to where you want them to go. Your public Facebook profile that you already use. If you don't have a blog, Facebook is your blog, and you can just bring them back to there. And it goes back to the customer avatar as well, because if you know what your people like, the people that you want to target, then you can make boards for the people that you are targeting. So maybe, like I said, people that I like organic living, I like bohemian style. I'm going to do a bohemian board. I'm going to do an organic food recipe board. I'm going to do fashion board. I'm going to do healthy living. I'm going to do fitness boards. I'm going to do, whatever I want, my target person to be, I'm going to do those boards. And that's how you get those people attracted and back to you and following you on Pinterest. Then you can follow them back. And if their Pinterest is linked to Facebook, then you can find them on Facebook. Shay Phillips is really great about that. She's gotten actually a couple coaches through Pinterest doing it that way, targeting her boards, following people that follow her back, and then finding them on Facebook and building a relationship with them. YouTube, if you like videos, again, like you can use Periscope, you can use YouTube and do a vlog. If you don't want to do a blog and write out things, you're better on video, then do a vlog. There's plenty of vlogs out there that you can go look at and see how they keep it simple, they keep it fun, do the music, editing. If you're really into that, then take it and run with it. And you can build a following that is huge on YouTube and then link them back to your Facebook in every single video. And of course, like I said, a blog. If you know what you're passionate about, you want to write about it in a blog and have Beachbody sprinkled into it, that's another awesome way to expand your market. And then offline engagement, getting out more. It doesn't have to be all online. I'm an introvert, so I kind of like doing all online, but I will step out of my comfort zone and go out while I'm out and I'll talk to people, especially if they're cool. Like if I'm in a coffee shop and I'm sitting and someone cool is going to talk to me, I'll talk to them. And then we'll get into that conversation. We'll form. I'll go into that later. Teachers at your school, your kid's school, connect with your teacher, and you can start something at that school if there's nothing there yet, like a fit club that's also on there. You can start a fit club for your teachers. You can start a fit club at your church, in the park, in your neighborhood. You don't need a special place to do it. You just need a place to do it. It doesn't have to be a building or a room. It can be anywhere. Restaurants, I will talk to servers that are cool or bartenders that are cool because I was in the industry, so I kind of connect with them, and if they're doing a good job and giving me good service, I'll talk to them and be like, hey, do you love what you do? Where are you from? We'll talk about it. We'll form, just like I said before, and then I'll get their info, or I'll have them find me on Facebook, and we'll connect more that way, and that again opens up your market. Your hairstylist, you talk to them all the time, talk to them about what you do. Maybe they want less hours at the hair salon. You don't know that unless you talk to them and ask questions to get to know them. Other moms at schools, I'm trying to build relationships with moms at schools right now. It just starts with saying hello, good morning, just having small talk. I'm not trying to jump down their throats and be their best friend, but I want to get to know them. And so I'm slowly doing that through just saying hi and seeing them every single day, and we're starting to build more and more conversation. So you be yourself. You are your own billboard. I say that because your personal Facebook page, I see it for me as like my business card. I don't have business cards. So like I said before, when I meet people and I'm out and about and I want to, share with them more, but obviously not right then, I'm not going to word vomit all over them. I'm like, hey, are you on Facebook? Find me like right now, pull your phone out. Everybody has the app. And if they don't, you have the app. So you find them and add them so you're able to talk to them more, or get their email. But for me, Facebook's cool because they can go on there right away, see, and I always say, look at your last 5 posts. Is it what you want someone new that is just getting to know you to see? Is that what you want them to see? And you want to make sure that those last 5 posts are you, are what you want to put up, is what you, if it was a billboard, is what you would want them to see. And so that's what I use. That's my business card. That's my billboard. That's how I showcase what I'm doing and who I am, and it lets them know whether or not they want to keep getting to know me, if they're open to talking to me more or you more. So always add value, you guys. Look at those last 5 posts. Is there value in it? Is it going to make people want to come back? Use shareable content. Some great places that you can get some shareable content I have written down. Mashable.com is a great place to get some shareable content that maybe if you're like, I don't know what's shareable content, go on there and look. BuzzFeed, all those videos that BuzzFeed puts out, if one of them makes you laugh, share it. It might make other people laugh. It's funny. So they'll share your stuff. Hypebot's another good one to find shareable content, and I wrote down Babbel as well. It's a site that I think was bought out by Disney, but they have really good stuff. They have recipes, they have ideas, great ideas for moms, so anything on there would be shareable content. And then, of course, you can come up with your own, like recipes or your own workout videos or something encouraging that you want to share, encouraging quotes that you find. You don't want to share all the time from other pages. You want to take that content and put it on your page. You want to take that link and put it on your page so that you're not always sharing someone else's stuff, but it'll be on your page and then they would be sharing from what's on your page. That makes sense. You don't want to keep sharing other people's stuff because then it's not you, it's someone else. Someone else's page, I mean. So take the link and share that. It's a blog link, take it and put it on your page. But you don't necessarily want to share like another page's content because then they'll just be sharing that. Share your lifestyle, your journey, and your story. If they're coming to your page, they got to know that you're in this fitness lifestyle, that you're trying to live the healthiest life possible. You don't have to be perfect, but they got to know that you're trying. So they can't come to the page and see nothing of that because they're not going to know. You're going to come to them and be like, yeah, I'm a fitness coach, and they're like, really? So immediately you want them to see something of that, and that's why it's so great to have a cover photo that kind of showcases your top 5 focused topics that you talk about, and they can see that. They can maybe click on it and get to know you. It's really good to have that as the first thing, and then like I said, your first 5 posts being you, being your lifestyle, being something shareable, and trying to avoid being salesy. Beachbody already does a great job of, marketing our products. We don't have to be that plaster of a Shakeology bag. We don't have to be, the program or the DVD that you find like on Google with the challenge pack laid out for, the Google ad or for the ad for on Team Beachbody. Like, we don't have to do that. We can show us with it. We can show us doing the workouts. We can show pictures of us doing some of the moves, whatever it is, but we don't have to just put the workout program, the DVD on our page, because Beachbody already does a good job of showcasing that for us. We want to show ourselves. Keep it positive and fun. Like I said, adding value, positive, fun, that let them come to your page and be like, she makes me happy, he makes me happy. I want to come back for more tomorrow. I want to check out what they're doing, because they come to your page and it's a break from the normal negative scene that's always on Facebook, or the negative news that's all around them, or whatever it is. You give them that positive and fun break. And so they always come back for more. And then watch your wording. Make sure that, like I said, keeping it positive, make sure that you're not putting anyone down with your wording. Make sure that if you are having a bad day, have a bad day. Talk about it, but then share something of value. Share something that you might have learned from it. Share the good that you found through it all. So that way you can encourage someone that might be going through the same bad day, instead of just coming and be like, oh, she's having a bad day too. Like, let's go have coffee and talk about bad stuff. Maybe they want to come have coffee and be encouraged. And that's better, because we want to make sure that they know that, you're getting better. You're living a healthier lifestyle, and it's helping you in more ways than one. So in Facebook groups, like I talked about before, now you're in there, you found groups you want to be in, maybe you found another media outlet, and now you're meeting people. You want to engage on posts in that group. Some Facebook groups are really, really strict about, you just jumping in being like, yeah, I'm a Beachbody coach. I'm here to help you with your healthy lifestyle. If you need help losing 10 to 15 pounds, I have a perfect program for you. Like, you don't want to go in there and do that. But one, it's icky. And two, it'll get you blocked from the group. You won't make any friends. Don't do it. So you want to go in there with the intent on really getting to know people. You are trying to build a warm market from a cold market. Okay, so you want to go in there and you don't know anybody, but just like you go to a party by yourself or something, you're going to go in and you're going to be like, I need to go in here and make some friends so I can have some fun. You're not just going to sit there and be like, hi, this is what I do, and you're going to not tuck their ear off. You're going to stand there and you're going to be like, maybe, watching for a second, finding someone who you think you might connect with, go talk to them, y'all become best girlfriends, and, you hang out and you become best friends, and that's what you'll do. The same thing in these groups. I know it's online, but you just want to engage. You want to, if someone posts a question and you know the answer, give your input. Maybe you need help, so you ask questions and ask for opinions. People love to give their opinions, so ask for it. And then you guys are talking back and forth and you realize this person might be pretty cool. Add value in the group. If you don't have a question, but you kind of just want to make a presence, share something positive. If you find a positive quote and you post it on your page, share from your page to the group and just say, I hope you have a great day. I found this, I thought it was hilarious. Just add value, share in there, put content in there that they might want to share. Be you. And when you do that, people will start following you. They'll start adding you, and then if you add them, then they're more open to being added or to adding you, because they see that you're pretty cool. You're not just going to shove Beachbody down their throat. It's never what we want to do. And then speak to your ideal customer in any other media outlet, just like you would on your personal Facebook page. You want to do that on your other media outlet. You always want to be speaking to them because you want to attract them. You don't want to attract everybody. It's okay to be picky because you want to create a community. You want to create something that you'll enjoy coming and working with these people every single day. So it's okay to say, I like this certain type of person, and that's who I want to connect with. That's who I want to work with, and I'm going to go for them. That's okay. And then be relevant. Just don't be all over the place just to get people to engage with you. It's like I said, add value, add something that's shareable, that has to do with the group. Don't just share one picture to every single group you're in if it doesn't make sense. You can't post a workout in a cat group. It wouldn't make any sense. So unless your cat's like walking all over you, then that makes sense. But be relevant to the group, and I promise you it'll help when either you want to add somebody or you want to people start adding you. Offline engagement, easiest thing is wear and share. Wearing Beachbody apparel is one of the easiest ways. They'll see you, maybe you look awesome and you've got P90X3 on, you've got 21 Day Fix Extreme on, or Shakeology. It's happened where people ask me about it. Oh, do you do 21 Day Fix Extreme? Or, I've been looking at Shakeology and wondering if it's really that great. They'll talk to you. Present yourself with confidence. Cool thing about people that are cold market, they don't know where you are in your business. You could be just starting. They don't know that. They might see that you're confident, that you're excited, that you love where you're headed, and they might want to be a part of that too. So you can't go and be like, oh, I just started, but I think you'd be, no, be like, I have this vision of doing something incredible with this business. I think it would be so cool to do it with, however you want to do it, but don't short guess or second guess yourself when you're talking to someone. Go into it and present yourself with confidence, and then compliment them. If you're talking to them, if they have cute shoes on, say they have cute shoes. If they've got a cute outfit, say that. You know, if they seem like a pretty awesome person and that's why you even want to talk to them about the opportunity, say that. And that goes into this, you know, breaking that silence. It can get awkward with cold market conversations. You know, some people can be really short. They're like, yeah, how are you? Good. And you're like, well, that was awkward. So you don't even know where to go from that. And that's okay. Sometimes you kind of get that vibe where they're just like not into it. Just come back to them. You don't have to force the conversation. If they're really just like not into it, come back to them. You can, when maybe they warm up to you, maybe they see more of your posts, see more of who you are, then that's fine, but you don't have to force it. How would you talk to a new friend? That's what you want to do when you talk to a cold market. You don't have to treat them as like some cold market robot where you're like, you know, maybe they liked a post of yours on a business page and they're like, so you immediately, hi, I saw that you liked my post and I wanted to tell you more about the opportunity. No, a simple hi, how are you? Stop and just breathe and be like, hey, how are you doing? And then find something on their page. I saw that you live in Texas. I was born in Dallas. That's so cool. You know, how's the weather there? Whatever. How long have you lived there? Talk to them. Get to know them. Listen with intent to connect with them and not just reply. Don't just like ask a question and then wait for their reply and then be ready to say something else that has nothing to do with what they just said. Listen with intent to connect and really hear what they're saying so that you have a way to respond to them that connects back with them. So they're connecting with you. Like I said, you're taking your cold and you're making it into your warm market. So it is going to take time. You might not get someone that's like, oh yeah, I was so ready. I'm ready to order from you right now. That's not always going to happen. So you need to really connect with them and build a relationship and let that time, you know, let that trust build, let that friendship build. And that's why I say it's great to do it along with when you're talking with your warm market, because as you're, you know, working through your warm market and helping people, you're building your cold market into your warm market. So that's what's important. So you don't feel like you have to rush. It's like you can take your time and really build that relationship. Don't get wrapped up in sharing the product or opportunity. Don't think that you're going into this conversation and, you know, 21-day fix is going to come up right away. Don't think that. And even if, you know, try not to avoid that. Try to make it the second or third conversation on purpose so you can extend it and get to know them and learn more about them in their posts and be able to engage on their page and comment, encourage them. So that when the time comes when you really do think they're ready and they need the help and you know that and you know how you can help them, the opportunity, they're so open to it. Save your presentation for later. That goes into it. And that's why it's so important to have something to invite to, whether it's your coach's coach opportunity call, whether it's yours, whether it's a sneak peek, whether it's a free clean eating group or your challenge group. It's so important to have something to invite to. You know, you can have this conversation and then later on you can start the conversation and you're able to say, you know, I just invite them. You're able to say, would you be open to joining me for a live webinar that my coach will be hosting? Would you be open to joining me for a live webinar that I'll be hosting on Wednesday night at 9 p.m.? I'm going to be sharing more about the opportunity. I think you'd be an incredible coach. You just have all the qualities that I love, and we connect in, whatever it is that you had in the conversation, you're able to go back on. Maybe you're saying, would you be open to, not sure if this would be right for you, but I may be able to show you a way that could help you lose that last bit of weight that you said has been frustrating you. I don't know if this would be, perfect for you, but I could show you a way to have less hours at work and be home with your babies. And then you can invite them to something. So it's good to have that. Always have something to invite to, whether it's yours or your coach's. Tell a story of common ground. Now, this works for online or offline. When you start to listen with intent to connect, you're able to be like, oh, I can, so you went to so-and-so university? My friend went there. What was your major? Oh, are you using, what are you doing now with that? Or if they're not even done yet, what do you plan on doing with that? So you're constantly learning about them. And maybe you're learning about their needs and ways that you can help them. So that is, for me, that's the exciting part. I love figuring out and learning about people and figuring out how I can help them, because everybody in some form could use Beachbody. Not everybody could, but most people could if you think about it, if you really, really get to know them. And then, like before, have energy and positivity. Be positive, smile, engage them. Even when I'm typing, sometimes I'm smiling and I feel goofy, but I am. So have that energy and think about how you can, push that onto them and make them feel better that day. Even if you guys don't talk about Beachbody at all, make them feel better. And then Facebook and groups, like I said before, engage on those posts, ask questions. If you see someone that seems pretty cool, go on their page, if it's a public page, and do some research. Where are they from? Do they have kids? What do they like? I mean, do they post things that you connect with? Do they post things that make them seem like a natural born encourager and leader, or not even leader, because they can learn. Natural encourager, or someone that just seems like they want to help people, or maybe they just seem like they are looking for more, whatever it is, you can usually see it on their page. And then after you do some and you kind of get to know them in the group, feel free to message them and let them know, like, hey, I think you're pretty cool and I like to connect with people and surround myself with people that are uplifting and encouraging. So I wanted to add you, and most people are like, oh, sure, because they feel the same way about you because you've been in the group and engaging. And then, back to that break the silence, are they open to the conversation? If not, it's okay. It's okay to come back to them. It's okay to just keep encouraging on their page and then start the conversation again. Is there a connection? Are you building trust? And if you can say yes to all that, then go ahead and share the opportunity. Go ahead and invite them to something. You don't have to be afraid to do that. It's just not something you want to do right away. It's something you want to save for later. It's something you want to do after you build a relationship. You don't want to jump right into it because that's a huge, huge turnoff, and way too many people do it. So be the difference. Okay, be different and be you. So I just wanted to open it up to questions because I know I went over things kind of fast, but it's recorded, so you can go back and check things out or take notes if you wanted. And